Ladies, gentlemen, everyone out there, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. Um, I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your evening, your morning, your day, to come and sit with us to talk about, what's going to happen with Arcadia, what's happening on Arcadia, and some of the future plans that are going to be taking place. So I'm going to be sharing some of our ideas and things that we're busy working on. And specifically, we're going to be addressing Discord. We're going to be addressing the website, the forum. We're going to be addressing our social platforms as well. And also, we're going to be addressing tonight the things about the Iron missions, what VUs are planned. We're going to talk about a future Gold Rush event. We're going to talk about the activity on the planet. We're also going to talk about the events and player run promotions. We're also going to talk about certain loots. And we're also going to talk about our interactivity with how things are going to go forward in the future. So let's start off with the Discord, right? So everyone's here on Discord. I've just lowered the security because, I don't like to leave everyone waiting. It saves me also the time to have you guys all join in and listen to the conversation, as well as so that you can take away from this conversation everything that is being said and not have fabrications, because we do know how some, communities do enjoy fabricating certain informations, and then it becomes law and legend inside of Entropia. So we don't want that. So we're going to be quite clear on everything. And I'm going to be opening it up for you all to ask your questions as well, but not yet. So let's talk about the Discord. Okay, the Discord's been super quiet because what we're doing now is that we're integrating some new scripts, and we're also integrating new bots into the server. A lot of the Discords are fragmented between each community. You've got, all the planetary communities, and of course, you've got the Entropia community as a whole. Now, a lot of the discussions that are happening regarding in-game and discussions that are happening usually on the Entropia universe Discord. So, of course, I'm not going to replicate anything. I like to use Discord for an announcement. I don't like pinging everyone. I don't want to spam you all with a metric fudge ton of information that is irrelevant to discussions that are taking place. So it's always nice to just have a place that can be put there. That's why it's quiet here, right? I don't like bugging you. I don't, and sometimes a lot of people will say, "Oh, it's quiet in here." Of course, it's designed to be quiet, right? If you guys want to go and have a discussion with things, there are voice channels, there are the Arcadia chats. If you want to talk about land areas, mobs, and all that, by all means, talk away. That's why there's an Arc chat. And there's things where you can ask advice. But I would always recommend going, if you ever need advice, always go and play around all the other Discord servers as well. There's no one true Discord that, maintains everything, because communities are all over the show. So we will be using the Discord quite a bit, but I want to be able to link everything up and make everything certain, with, I don't know how to put it. I want you to know when something's happening from my side. And if you have events and that you want to run, please go ahead, use it. That's what it's there for. Um, Also, with regards to the website and the website and the forum is going to go through a major upgrade. I mean, it's going to go and be redesigned, redeveloped. You're not going to lose any information on it. A lot of the old systems are going to be taken away, and a lot of the new systems are also going to be implemented into it. So I can say without a doubt, there is a little bit of a facelift that's coming across all of our digital platforms, including our socials. And this is in preparation to something that's coming in the future. So yes, the silence has been put in place because we at Arcadia have been literally buckling down and bunkering down to literally work on all of our cleanup. We're doing some house cleaning. We're also doing some changes and alterations to how things are done with missions and quests and interactions on the planet, including storytelling, storyline, and future preparations, and creating a workflow so that the storyline can also be taken out. Now, a lot of people, and specifically players in Entropia, don't worry about storyline. We love our storyline. All right, story is what creates the law of a planet. Each planet has its own specific law, which makes it unique to itself. Now, if we didn't have storyline, it would be literally just go hunt Minecraft and hope for the best, right? There's nothing better but to have a little bit of story and some origin stories specifically. Now, we are addressing the storyline, and also we are going to be fixing up quite a bit of. There aren't any loops in our storyline, but there are discontinuations where things are just hanging in the air. So we're going to take out a few stories into the future, but we're not going to mention which ones. And this will happen during time. This is all based around our missions, right? So this is going to take time. Laws and all of that kind of things are. It takes really some you kind of like have to brain it all out and make sure that nothing contradicts with everything. You understand? There's no contradictions or breaking. Now, this is something that's always going to happen. So this is not like a ooh wow something new. It's been happening. I use the example of when we had the smuggler hideout on Arkadia. That thing was in the game for 4 years before it got discovered. So there's quite a lot of story that people just need to go and explore and find out. But we'll get back to that, right? So the website's going to be prepared. We're also doing the forums. We're going to clean up the forums and sort that out so that people can also have allocations to how, proper discussions. Again, I recommend go and explore other planets' forums and their websites and everything to get to know the aspect, right? Read your lore, understand the story, because we focus on story as much as we want, to put out the perfect mob and we want to give you the best gun or the armors. Every planet has that ideal behind them. So, but remember, in the end of the day, we have to be governed by the laws of the balance of Mind Arc and as well as what is good for the economy at that time. You understand? So it's not just drop it and hope for the best. No, we don't want to do that. Everything has a purpose and everything has a plan. So now, knowing that those upgrades are coming, we're going to also go over to in-game. Let's start talking about stuff that's happening in and around the planet. Now, a lot of members have come to me and they've asked me what has been happening with Gold Rush. We are planning another Gold Rush, and we aim. Please note, we aim. This is not official. Okay, we are aiming for not this VU, but the next one thereafter to have something prepped, right? This one's going to be, if not one of the biggest events that we've ever busted together. It's going to come with a lot of things. I don't want to give away too much. There is plan and preparations of partnerships that are going to come into play. And we are going to be taking, and wait, how can I put this out there without giving something away? We're planning to run an event that makes loot or something you loot a real life item, if that makes sense. I can't. If I said any differently, it's going to be weird. You're going to find out what we're doing. So yes, we're trying to make something in reality for people. If it was Biltong, that would have been like the ATH of life. Super nice. So that's the ATH. Anything is better than that. Yeah, Biltong's just way better. So we are also going to be prepping some things. Oh, I love it how everyone's just kind of like thinking what's going to happen. I'm not going to let you know. You'll find out. All right. So the Gold Rush. Let me just. Okay. You know what? Here's the hint. Who was around? Who was around on the first Gold Rush that was run? Raise your hands. So, very much something like that. Very much something like that. Except bigger and maybe. And I say maybe to everyone's suggestions of what is going to be put out. So now we've got that planned, all right? And this is what we're planning to do. This is why we have to make sure that yes, Granny, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Granny asked me, is it all three professions? Yes. Trust me, it has taken a monstrous amount of spreadsheets, a monstrous amount of calculations, a monstrous amount of um, balance to make sure that all three professions benefit from this event. Okay, it's literally going to be put out there, and it's not just. I'm just telling it. I'm putting it out there to everyone now. It's not just a hunters event. Okay, so all of your hunters out there that think that it's only going to be available for you, no, it's not. It's going to be available for the miners and the crafters as well. And there's also going to be things that are going to be gathered around all certain levels and possibilities, because it enables everyone to really do what they need to do and achieve the greatest possible outcome for the event. Because we've noticed that when we run our Gold Rush event, the first week is all nice and dandy, and the the biggest challenge for us is that we see a lot of the players, specifically when they watch the half list, and they're like, "Oh, that person got it. Oh, that person got it. I have no chance. I have no possibility." The thing is, we understand, right, the complexity that comes with almost the emotional imbalancement of high tiered loots, and also the understandability of people that just do it for fun. And people, I know a member that was playing the Gold Rush, was in the Gold Rush. They just did it for the giggles, right? They just did it to participate, and they actually came out with one of the top tier prizes in our last Gold Rush. Or it wasn't intended. They were actually doing their codex at the time. So it's about having fun as a community, right? And a lot of people fail to realize that yes, you want to participate in you want to make the most profit. Understandable. You want to try and get the best return. But remember, you also need to attend the event. A lot of people went into the old Gold Rush, and they just did, I think it was 3 instances or 4 instances, and then they said, yeah, no, I don't, I participated and it was bad. It's like, yeah, it's a really, really big thing for people to really participate in. Yes, it is also a big bankroll for some, but I tell every player in the universe, it doesn't matter if you've got a bankroll of 10,000 ped or you've got one of 10 ped. If you know how to use your weapons, your skills, and your armors correctly, you can achieve the greatest possible outcome. So there's no, just buy the biggest weapon and off you go. That's what makes it so fun. It's also skill. It's also everything that's associated with it. It takes a lot of brain to do it. So, but in any case, yes, exactly, Granny. Granny Roman said, what was nice with original was the 3 professions fed each other and made the planet super busy. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. That is what we're looking at now. And we've spoken about it in the past, and we've enlightened other people about it. And we tried to achieve it, but there were so many things happening and changes that were happening, and certain legal battles that were taking place that we couldn't really execute on too much without being 100% certain. But now we're coming out of that silence and the quietness, and we're actually going to be sorting things out now and doing things correctly for you all. So the next thing that I want to raise up for you with regards to the Gold Rush, right? The Gold Rush is going to be very, 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 it's going to have a little bit of a time stamp put onto it. So our intention and our goal, right? We are still going to be presenting this to the officials and getting things rolling out with it. So we want to try and get this done as soon as possible. By the proper VU. And what we want to do, not this one, not the VU that's coming out now, but the next one. That's when we're planning it, right? Which leads me to the next situation that's coming up, right? People have been asking, all right, players have been asking about what's happening with the iron missions. All right, let's get into that quickly. The iron missions are going to, and I'm telling you now for the first time, they will be disabled in the next VU. All right. So we have spoken about it on the forums, and it has been spoken to in communities, and it has been spoken in the discords, and not only this discord, quite a few discords. Um, Everything has been already associated with it, right? So we are busy generating the list of the gold rush, sorry, the iron missions, and we're going to be discontinuing them. However, please listen to me carefully. The iron missions that we have are connected to quite a few missions. So we've been reviewing all the missions. We've been having a look through them and seeing the interconnectivity between a lot of them. We will be in the future resurrecting something very similar to an iron mission, but the prizes or the awards or anything that gets awarded at the end of those missions will be changed completely. You will not receive in the future, there will not be any missions that will be supplying you with skills at all, period. No skills will be granted in any of those missions. All right. That is what the codex is there for. So we will be removing all of those skill-based rewards, taking them out of the iron mission, but we will be supplementing those and changing them according to what we deem is quite decent and integral towards future events, future missions, future everything, right? So I've got quite now when I'm like I've got a lot of work on my plate. Um, I cannot emphasize how much work has been placed on this because of this whole change. It's literally a total of redesigning 8 years worth of work in a period of 2-3 months. So there is quite a bit. What about those trophies from the Iron missions? Those trophies will eventually come. They will come back because it's good things. Everybody loves collecting their trophy heads for their apartments and that. I'm not going to get rid of the trophy heads. Those will always be there. They will always be available. But when the Iron mission stops, they will be suspended until we continue with the missions. All right. And the biggest thing is, if let's say you are on tier 4 out of tier 4 out of all the iron missions of, let's say, Nusel, for example. What will happen is if you don't finish that now, with the new missions that will be integrated, they're not integrated now with this VU, they will be in the future, you will be reset back to beginning again. So that is it. They will not continue. They are going to be a completely new mission. They're also going to be interconnected. And we've given the community up to 6 months since last year. No, it's been since November last year when we started talking about the discontinuation of the. We've. I'm just thinking now. I might be. I'm standing correct. I am. I stand corrected here, but it's been a situation where it has been. I think it's been over a year now that the more than a year that the codex has been around, and naturally every planet had 6 months to execute their iron missions and convert over to the codex. So now what happens is that we've come to the end of our term and we've given out information to everyone. We've communicated to everyone. We've even been in game talking to people. We've even spoken to the people that are, the foghorns in the game that literally share all the news that happens. Yes, Agashi, does it mean that the iron repeatable missions will disappear? Yes, they will be disappearing. They will be redesigned into new ones. And these missions will not continue. So wherever you end now is where you end. Okay? Don't come in the future and say, hey, I've only been halfway through this level 3 and, I want to finish it. I'm sorry. I'm giving you the warning now. If you don't finish before the next VU, the VU that's coming up now, there's nothing I can do to sort that out for you. All right? Nothing. If you're on the highest one where you have to kill 10,000 of the same mobs and you're on 8,430 mobs that you've killed and you didn't finish it, I'm sorry. That is on you. I'm giving you time to go and finish. Go select what you want to do. It's going away. It's going away. All right, and there's no people can complain. They can do all that kind of stuff. There, I'm going to get hate mail, and I'm going to get people that are going to bitch and moan. But I'm telling you now, go and finish your missions. It's coming to an end. All right. And this is now because and I need to reach out towards MindDoc as well. MindDoc have been extremely patient, extremely awesome, and they've been very willing to let us run it as much as we can. And we've actually squeezed that bone. That whole entire stone is blood has been squeezed out of that stone. So if people are like, oh shit, I forgot about it, yeah, well, you've had 6 months. So sorry for you. Yeah, I'm honest. I cannot keep it running because it postpones any other development. All right. So get your shit together, go and hunt your stuff, go get to where you want to get, and say goodbye to their own missions. They're going to go bye-bye. Okay. Will you officially announce that somewhere? Yes, I am. We are going to announce it, and I'm going to put it out onto the forum. I'm just thinking now. It's going to be. I'll put it out on the forum now tonight. You know what? I will have myself if next view the missions. So no. I'm sending the mail out on Monday. I'm sending it out on Monday. It's going to be shut down. So. All right, next thing. Let's get into more information, right? So, the activity on the planet has what? Okay, so I need to ask a big favor. I know a lot of you have had questions that you want to ask. Save your questions for the end, right? So that I can get into that with you, all right? And we can go through everything and handle it and systematically talk about everything. Okay, so save your questions and I'll answer them. And then I can, because we're recording, and I don't know if the chat is being recorded at the moment. If it's not, I want to read out your questions so that whoever's listening after this will be able to hear the question as well. Oh, hey, fantastic. Sev, thank you for telling me that it's recorded, but I'll still reiterate what has been said. All right, the next thing that I want to quickly put out there, right? We are talking about the activity on the planet. Now, a lot of people have been messaging me again, right? Talking about the activity, talking about what's happening on the planet. Okay, there's a lot of events that are happening across the universe, right? Now, out of respect and also partnership, we don't like to step on other people or other, let's say, other planet partner events, right? Because we believe that if we do a counter event, we don't want to fragment community as the community of Entropia, right? Because everybody just flies around. They want they want to hunt things, they want to do things. That is why it's very respectful. We work on a timeline, and as well as we work on a very specific way so that we can respect events. So in the future, when you see, okay, the gold rush is running, there might not be another event running elsewhere on the planet. Or when there's a mayhem event running, we don't run events that can counter that. It's just out of goodwill and respect for each other so that you all know how it works, right? So when you hear about a planet, we're launching this, you will not get anything from us, right? But we also communicated in our own personal developer Discords and that. So, we collaborate. We collaborate and we try to have respect for each other. And, it also gives people some time to take a break from a planet and go see some new scenery. It's nice. It's nice. We're all working in the end of the day to create a universe, not just a planet. We want to create that ecosystem and it's fun. So for future reference, keep that in mind. When you see events happening, there will be sometimes a cross-pollination where events leak into each other, right? But it happens on a rare occasion. And sometimes if it happens, let's say, for example, I'm just using Gold Rush as an example. We have a Gold Rush event running and we have a Mayhem event running on Calypso. We've already discussed that with Calypso and said, listen, guys, we've got this event. They've got this event. Can we collaborate? Yeah, it was different than ours. We're not running the same thing. Perfect. And we're in agreement. We don't bamboozle each other. All right. So that's also for your community, for everyone to know about it. The next thing I want to talk about, again, sorry, not next thing, continuing about the activity on the planet. A lot of you have been talking about the activities that are happening in the Arcus instance, the Golden Door, and all of that. We have increased the ability to get your golden key parts, right? We've pushed it through the roof to the best of what is allowed, and it allows you to go and run those things. What we are discussing at the moment is we're trying to look at the Arcus instances, and we're going to, and this is also going to the warehouse as well. We are going to start eradicating and removing old loots. All right, we're going to be taking out old loots from many, many yesteryears, and we're going to take that out of the. Sorry about the bump there. My apologies, but we're going to be starting to clean up those loot lists and loots and everything. Right. So what's going to happen is we kind of like want to refresh everything, and also give people the opportunity to do more with less. Okay. But of course, everything that I'm mentioning, please take it with a pinch of salt. All right. Everything I mention in this discussion, take it with a pinch of salt, because we don't know what the future holds. Things can change overnight. There could be new updates. There could be new discoveries. There could be new concepts. Everything can happen. And some things take priority and some things get put onto the back burner. All right. We're trying to get to everything, and we're trying to make it as easily accessible to everyone. All right. So I'll tell you one thing, the cleanup is a nightmare, because you got 6-7 years worth of stagnated loot that hasn't dropped or hasn't been around or has been discontinued, right? That's still sitting there. And when you're trying to do it, it's like a grocery list. And you look at this grocery list, it's like, yeah, the celery that I have in my kitchen is already growing ecosystems. I should remove that. It's stuff that needs to be gone. So you need to set fire to it. But we are going to, that is going to come in with a lot of things that are going to happen now in the future. But yeah, activity is going to be increasing. We're also creating some other player. I'm not going to mention more. There are certain player run events that are happening on the planet, and we're also trying to cater for those events to give better. How can I say? To enable the events and the player run promotions to run better on Arkadia. So the biggest thing that we've looked at is a lot of people come over to Arkadia. They run wonderful new player events. There's racing events that are happening. There's hunting events. There's mining events. There's even a role players event that happens on Arkadia, which I think is amazing, right? Where they actually reenact some of the stuff that's actually happening on Ark or in the storyline, which is amazing. And the thing that happens, right, is that we want to kind of like also give everyone the tools and the possibility to do these things or to create the environment that's happening. So there are certain things that are being created at this moment to enable that kind of events. Also for the player running promotions, we really invite, and sometimes you must be very careful of how you build your event. We don't mind helping or sponsoring events that are run on the planet, right? But you must know one thing. If you're going to present something to us and you want to go and have an official support from us here at Arkadia, please do me a favor and don't say to me, oh, I just want to run this event. I need 3,000 ped. What do you need it for? Stuff. I shit you not. This is what someone's already done to me. And I said to them, do you have a plan? Do you have an event plan? Do you have like a 2 or 3 page presentation of what you want to do? Because in the end of the day, we just want players to have fun. We want you to enjoy yourself, right? And some people come to you with like, oh no, I do this and I run things and I want. And I was like, yeah, you just give me more information, because I present this to our team and we talk about it, and we don't mind building and helping out where we can. All right. So yeah, please, if you present any events in the future and you want support in that, just kind of like build a little bit of a proposal so that we know where your mind's at and what you're trying to achieve and where we can actually step in and also assist. All right. So what else are we going to talk about? Now the biggest thing that's going to happen as well for this next update, right? And yeah, everyone's stomachs are going to sink a little bit. We are not pushing anything out in the next VU. The reason for this is that we are making preparations for bigger, badder, amazing events, right? And we cannot release it in the segments as we have at the moment. We have got when we release it, it will give you, we estimate, actually guesstimate, it will give you about a year's worth of content to entertain yourselves with, roughly. Um, but some of you are just gods among men, and you just go in and you mission like crazy, and you finish some of the content that we like. Holy shit! You finished that in less than a week? No, 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 my guy. And then, and then we find out things like, nah. We sit here, we're like thinking, oh, my man, this is awesome event, the things is amazing, and no one's gonna get it. 2 weeks later, we get proven wrong. We're like, back to the drawing board. All right. So some of you are amazing in the way that your theoretical and your methodical minds work. It's amazing. So I salute you all. You guys you really give us a run for our dev time. So the next thing that I'd like to also put a point out to everyone is the VU that's coming out now. We're making preparations so that we can not release. Sorry, forgive me. We kind of like want to start filing down the edges and cleaning house. So this is going to be very much like a housekeeping update, where some of the stuff has changed, some of the cleanups that have been made, and some of the stuff has been removed. That's no one. Trust me, the stuff that we removed, I can guarantee you, has never ever dropped. Lizzie, that's fabulous. Next thing. All right. So let's talk about the big VU that's going to come in the future. All right. So we've already created quite a few things, prepared a few things, and we are just connecting the dots and synchronizing them all together to the missions. Now, coming back to the Iron missions was also put into a situation where we're going to be reconnecting those, or the old ones, or the same way that they're going to run. They're going to change. Just hear me out. They are going to change in how things are run and how things are managed. And we want to, we kind of like want you all to know that the content that's going to be released will require some serious, serious teamwork. Right? We're not talking easy peasy content here. We're talking about have you guys gone and seen what the smugglers are doing on the moon? Have you gone to see what they're doing in the underground? Do you know how to, start up the oratons around the fire bases? I'm just saying that that's been out for 3 VUs already, and no one's actually activated it yet or found out how. But I'm just saying it's right there in front of you. I'm going to give you guys a hint. Remember, Arkadia is a treasure hunting planet. The answers are right in front of you. We hide things in plain sight for you guys to execute things. I am not going to give you on how it is, because I want you to experience the joy of successfully finding this stuff out. All right. So the next thing that we're also going to be talking about, and coming to a point of tonight's discussions, a lot of the development that's been happening has also been done on a basis of we've prepared content, but it's not in the game yet, right? We will be doing some more dev talks, but I can't tell you when, right? Because we want to get quite a few stuff. How can I put it? We want to get stuff implemented first, and we want to be able to help you to see what's going to come in the future. Now, noting anything that we release into the public domain will not give you an upper hand. It's not going to tell you, oh shit, I need to sell this and buy lots of that so that I can sell it at markup. None of that's going to happen. There's no prep work that you can do that will prepare you for the stuff that's coming. I'm just letting you know. Okay. So you can carry on doing your things like every day, doing your stuff as you want to. And you need to please do yourself a favor, right? If you want to get things to happen, okay, at certain areas or do certain things, get people to engage with you. All right. There's a lot that's happening. And also, we want to clean up and kind of like release some of the estates that we've got on the planet so that we can make people feel more at home. And also, we want to kind of like give more upgrades to certain areas and help promote that and run events and that. So you'll have to be patient. And of course, I'm not going to tell you when it's going to happen because literally, there have been a few hate mails that have come in where people are like, "Oh, you said the gold rush is going to run. Why isn't it implemented?" Looks at clock. I said that 48 hours ago. Right. So yeah, people do get kind of like very impatient. I don't know how quickly time works in their world, but things do get onto it. All right. So that concludes very much a lot of the stuff that we're going to do. So we've spoken about the gold rush. We've spoken about the iron missions. We've spoken about that there won't be anything out in the view this month. We've spoken about the activity on the planet, the events and the player run promotions, the upgrades that are coming to the website and the forum. If I've not mentioned that before, I've also spoken to you a lot about the housekeeping that we're also doing. And we'll be doing things across Discord as well, and as well as the social media. So, yes. So, you need to understand then if you have any questions, go for it. I will check your questions. All right, so I'm going to do something here quickly. Give me a second. I'm going to activate. Just bear with me for a split second. Please do this. Just give me a sec because I want to do. Uh, just want to see if I can do this quickly. All right. While I'm giving you guys all some time to quickly speak, pop your stuff on. Okay, I'm just activating slow mode because you guys are talking so much. Slow mode has been activated, so take your time. All right. So let's get into some of the discussion that's been happening here, and let's get onto it. Right, slow mode has been activated because a lot. I don't want you guys spamming too much. All right. Where will questions start? Yes, Harley, you did say communication would improve, and then didn't say a word for 9 months. 9 months? A lot of communication happens everywhere. It's not just only on Discord or the forums or the socials. It happens within game as well. And usually, sometimes when there's no communication, there's not much to be said, because we have gone through quite a few months, a very long months of housekeeping. Not being able to unlock, I've been avoiding underground 100%. Is there more info about the opening missions for that? We are restoring some of those warehouse missions. There has been a few. It depends. It's really player specific. We haven't seen it across everyone. There's been a very rare occasion where people can't open the warehouses, but we are addressing that. We are looking into that. What about the progress for those? Like I finished level 4, but further go level 4, go further now. Yes, opening those warehouses there will be actually much more sophisticated ways of opening it. Sophisticated, but yet easier than what you're doing now at the moment when we want to open those warehouses. So, any thoughts on the ARC NFT egg that is underpriced due to auction logistic errors? I have no idea about that, Rick. I did not do anything on the NFT side of things. I don't know. I can't answer anything related to it. So forgive me. I am not versed in any information or anything like that, except that it happened. So please forgive me, I can't answer you on that one. Are there plans to update melee weapons to use ammo? That would be no. We haven't even spoken about that or even considered that, because that is a platform thing. So best ask my nook that. Use again. Is seriously overpriced. Um, I'm sure you probably already said something about this, but will the Golden Door have some use again? The keys are seriously overpriced at the moment. Yeah, and the Golden Door would. There you got it. I don't have anything else to say about it. Is there a current use for the IFN communication device? Not asking how to use it. Yes. Elric, yes. Viceroy, perfect Viceroy and tradable question mark. Everyone's holding thumbs, hearts, and hoping for the best. Maybe. Moving on. Please don't make it tradable. At least leave some items soul bound. Maybe. I would actually like to be tradable, at least be perfect to personal preference. Maybe. Are the Arc Advisors still a thing? The Arc Advisors are a program that has been quiet at the moment. The reason why we've kind of like put those on hold is because we want to first perfect how things are handling and how things are mattering. So, but even those, we are aware of some of the advisors that are still very active in their projects and what they're doing. And it is amazing to see, and I cannot tell you how impressed I am in some of the stuff that they've already done. So yeah, we've got some things that are going to be done on that one. So we don't know what's going to happen with them. We will announce what's happening with that in time. At the moment, I am not committing to anything, but we are open to talking about everything. So the point of Viceroy was investing in an account-bound set, as if investing in EU, not making it a commodity like everything else. Correct. Correct. Is Island from New Dawn patch in game? What do you mean by that? Confused. Will you have boss event again? Mm-hmm. Remember, I can answer the questions to the best of my ability. How big is the ARC team? We are, at this moment, I can't release all of the information, but we're big enough to develop, small enough to care, if that makes sense. You guys missing the Oratons. Sadly, Modvice is just not great anymore based on other armor releases. It stays account bound. It really needs to set itself apart in other tradable armors. Sorry, I'm just reading. I'm checking. I'm waiting for questions. I'm waiting for questions. Is Loot 2.0 still a discussion? That's interesting. Will we see updates on the moon? Yes. Are there any plans to differentiate the mutated creatures from the normal ones in the future, perhaps in the Codex Elites? At this moment, no. We have had a discussion with regards to it, but we're waiting for feedback on that matter. We've raised concerns about how things are done there, and we've found a few. Nothing's wrong with the system. We just find it's very limited in certain aspects, and specifically in the way that things are being done. So we are addressing that. Will the abandoned shops and apartments be up for grabs anytime soon? Not anytime soon, but we will be looking at releasing estates in the future. Loot 2.0 discussions. We're not ready for that. Loot 2.0 discussions. I think a lot of people are at 90% of Loot 2.0's discussions are all based upon theories and player experiences, but a lot of people have already found ways to live and profit out of the game remarkably. So it really is interesting that it's still even a discussion. I thought, the community talks with all the discussions that are happening with everyone's opinions on how loot works and how, everything, there's quite a few people in the universe that take, pride in Rookie Chat and in Arc Chat and all of that to be such knowledgeable of what's happening inside of Entropy Universe because they're so well connected, apparently. And please note, I'm being extremely sarcastic. That discussion should have been dead a long time ago. Let's quickly see. When will some of the mini shops? I've already answered that question. Nice try. Ignore my question, but empty promises. Apecoin land. Apecoin LA up for sale yet? No. So to confirm, the players spawning Oroton boss is 100% active, been tested, etc. And it's simply that we can't blind. Yes. Bonnie, correct. People are not good. Let me give you one piece of advice. People forget to go and look at places where they don't. It took 4 years to find the hidden or smuggler base where everyone's running the smugglers at the moment. Now it's like, everyone knows about it. But it takes a little bit of time. Not everything, and I'm sorry to say this, it is a treasure hunting planet. Not everything's going to be handed to everyone on a silver platter. So that's usually how it would give more reason for the players to hunt. It would give more reason for players to hunt Arkadia. You've mutated to had a real purpose. Though. Correct. I don't argue that. But the challenge is that we work with the systems that are available. Now that the lawsuit with Death is settled, will ARC do a better job communicating with the public going forward? We do communicate as best as we can with what we have available to us. But yes, there is still a bit of a cool down period with certain things that are happening. I don't know about them. I don't know. All I do is I literally have so much that I'd love to share, but I also wait for our executive team to tell me, yeah, go ahead, you can talk about this, or you can go ahead. It's not me choosing to not speak. I have orders from my bosses. Any chance a quick respawn of mutated Hylax before the end of the Iron mission, as many of us have them half done and no way to complete? Unfortunately, we can't spawn them. They were a seasonal creature, very low health, and they were really, really seasonal at that time. But we are looking at ways to sort that out as quickly as possible. Will we have more mobs? Yes, in the future. We don't know when, but there, of course, we want to create more and do more, but I don't know when, I don't know what. I just say we would love to have. Will there be items or event Arkadia specifics for Twen? Twen? What is Twen? Twen? Speak to me. I don't. What is Twen? I don't know how to answer that lunchbox. Will shops given as prizes be usable for the next review? We're looking at that problem that's been happening with it. It is a very rare occasion of what's been taking place. I don't know what the problem is. We've tried to recreate the error. We can't find it. We are trying our best to fix it up as quickly as we can. So just letting you know, we are constantly working on that, because it doesn't only work with the shops and the apartments. It literally is integrated into other systems as well. Any decent chance of seeing mining gear and gold rush prizes or other events in the near future? ARC usually what used to really cater for miners compared to other planets in that regard? Maybe is all I can say. Dookie, will there be mining missions on Arcadia or Arcadia ores that aren't on the mining list? Example, crystals. Maybe. There's only so much I can say, guys. Come on. Are the old unlimited weapons still possible to drop the hermit caps and stuffs? I yes, they should be. They should be. I just literally had to go through about 6 months worth of work now in that short period of time to think about it. So yes. As many loot theories as players. Well, the arc when items follow on to the previous questions. I was going blank. We are looking at other ways of creating specialized events on Arcadia. Also seasonal events and getting things sorted out as well. We want to get through things, and we want to kind of like make tailor-made events on Arcadia that can't be replicated elsewhere. Yes, the professionals. The majority of people never figure it out. Loot one, it's not. Other people can't figure out that. Maybe. Might we see more enhances crafting components added to the loot? I don't know. Rob, will you read my questions about empty promises and whisper voice? We need action. What teasers? Showing you content, not just words. Okay. We found the map with the X on it in the smuggler HQs on the hive. Speaking of which, are they coming? Since most players have found them by now. 20-year anniversary. 20. Okay. Sorry, I need to catch up with chat. Everyone's talking so much, so you guys need to just bear with me. 20-year anniversary event. 20 is the term most people assume will be the 20 anniversary event. 20-year. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We haven't planned much around it, but we will work in communication because we get a massive list of things that we need to still put together, and there's still stuff that needs to be done. Nice try. Okay, so a lot of the questions that still come up are regarding the Viceroy. I've kind of like answered it to the best of my ability. And maybe I want a t-shirt with this on the back. What? Literally a jar of unlimited was dropped a day ago, so yes. I haven't got a mic. By the way, just assume maybe. Okay, no one does. Is Arcadia going to be changing the loot tables to be more and with like bigger portions of the loot and shrapnel around 70s that are bad several oils? If so, when can we expect this to happen? Okay, so sub, I can't give the what. Okay, so I'm gonna address this because a lot of the questions a lot of the questions that everyone's asking is very specific about loot. I will never give you answers on loot directly. I will never give you where you will be able to go and achieve this loot. I will never tell you how to achieve loot, and I will never tell you the drop rates of those loots. Those are all up for everyone else to discover. I will always give a suggestion of where you maybe might have to look, but I think with the community at hand, they already discovered that within the first few hours of review. Okay. Literally a cap arc smuggler weapon hasn't dropped in that. I know there's no difference like a week ago. With the amount of guys are seeming to struggle to get through, will you be hiring new members for the arcade team? No, not at this moment. Ben, Binks, I'm just gonna call it Binks. I can't answer that question as far as I know. It's not about that we're struggling to get through the old work. It's that we have so much to adapt to that really changes the way that we kind of like revolutionized our missions and everything like that. But it's not a problem. It's just literally pirate work. That's just a lot of work that needs to be just completed. So we're going to get to that. People have joined. We would like to know if there is a plan to upgrade it. It is going to be tradable. Same questions as Smug Armor Plates. Okay, so can you reiterate your response on Viceroy? Maybe, okay, with Mini missed it. All right, I'm going to tell you this. People have been asking, is it going to be tradable? Is it going to be upgradable? Is it going to be all these things, right? And also, a lot of people have been asking about what is going to be taking place on the smuggler side of things. When are we getting Ned Kelly's smuggler armor? Question mark. When are we going to increase this and that? All right, let me tell you this. We have put a proposal forward to MA. Once we know what we want to do there, I'll be able to answer that question properly. But at this time, maybe is my answer. Sab, you're asking the same question that was asked beforehand. I've already answered that one. I've said enough to get through all the dev work, big enough to dev, small enough to care is my answer. I can't give you specifics right now. Progress is something I know that the mining. What? Arcadia is a treasure mining planet and has always had a great focus on mining overall. It would be nice if you all could find something similar to the questline or codex for mining. Something that makes miners feel like they are making progress in something. I know we have the mining Iron Man, but something different would be interesting. Get a soulbound finder or extractor that can slowly upgrade by doing quests. Good idea. I like it. I like that idea. I came in a bit late. It's like, I know, but will there be new dailies? None. We actually have that on the to-do list, by the way. Big enough to dev. Hoopla. It's actually, I didn't even think of that. Well, that's actually quite clever. What's one of the things? What's one of the things from the last few years you regret and you can share? One of the biggest things that I regret the most over the last few years that I can share is not being able to talk, not being able to say anything, not being able to communicate, not being able to post things, not being able to say the things that need to be said. But unfortunately, it was a requirement. That's one of the biggest things that I regret the most. I hate it. It's not that I regret it. It's nothing that I can do about it. But I hate that I had to be quiet when everyone was literally crucifying me. But yeah, my skin's thick, guys. My skin's thick. Are you allowed to tell us anything about the plans for the Arc Moon, new mobs, loot? Um, Nothing I can actually say officially. But we are planning a few things for the moon. We've already made preparations for it. Some of the stuff's already been implemented and changed and was already been put into game 2 years ago. And yes, there are things planned for the moon, if you want me to say that. But what I'm telling you now is not going to give you any form of inspiration or dedication to go and buy or to sell your moon deeds. So it's not that. Don't look too deep into it. And, why weren't you able to say anything? Thank you, Mike. You answered that question. Any chance of getting some more unlimited weapon amps like the Rage 25 and Hotfoot 20% increased damage that are previously event prizes, but could we either get larger ones, either craftable, rare? The universe as a whole needs much larger unlimited amps. And let's face it, those crit damage amps are badass. Yeah, they are lovely. They are lovely. But remember, the balance for those kind of things don't rely on us. You guys have seen the pink fluffy unicorn. You've seen my pink fluffy unicorn that I've got in game, right? And I will tell you now, right? If I could put those guns into the game, I would love it. But it's not theory. It's not even worth it. You don't do that. Unfortunately, when it comes to those big things, it's up to Mindoc to decide what is the cap and what is not. Let's quickly see. They were tired. Thank you. And a game testing program. Game testing program, Lizzie. Sorry, question mark there. Did you answer Bonnie Q about the hive? Bonnie, can you let me just scroll up? This chat is going so quickly. I think you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to increase the cooldown there. Take 15 seconds because I'm not catching up to all of this chat. Maybe it's not called a hive. Sorry, I'm slowing down chat now because it's a lot happening in chat at the moment. Let's have a look here. Sorry, I just went through some of the DMs that came in. I've answered some of these questions already. If you want to go and hear about it, go and look at the recording afterwards. Yes, Lizzie, but that's got nothing to do with Arcadia. That's got nothing to do with Arcadia. There was so much discussion and speculation that's happened in that discussion. That's got nothing to do with Arcadia. And besides, there's a complete separate team that's on that. So that's got nothing to do with it. Is there any chance to get an affiliate link without the egg to promote plungers? So not to my knowledge, no. I said we found the map with the X on it and the smuggler HQ on the moon for the hive. Speaking of which, are they coming? Since most people have found them by now. Yes. I understand that they decided. What? Yes, I understand they decided, but you need to propose the 75 damage with crit damage. Okay. So. Mm. A lunchbox, write something up, my guy. Write something up with your own statistics and your own ideas, right? Submit it to me. I would refine it in the process of proposal, and I'll send it across. The one thing that I want to be very clear up with everyone, right, is we're trying to get back onto like super fast track with everyone, right? And you cannot even begin to imagine how much of a crux it was when we couldn't say anything. We've already spoken about this in the previous dev talk. So it's not something that's just like, snap your fingers and it's ready tomorrow. There's a lot of people in Tropia that like, I can develop faster. Good luck. Good luck, because there's a lot of things that need to be considered. Um, yeah, we need to call what we need to call Lunchbox's proposed amp Lunchbox's rage. Yes, if you can propose something that actually comes through, yes, I'll name it after you, Lunchbox, and it's recorded, so there you have it. Um, the Aquan Trader has some of the few plasma weapons in games, and now other planets seem to have virtually forgotten the skill. Any chance extending this range up to higher levels or putting plasmas in loot? We are looking at that, Granny. We are eyeballing that. We are literally looking at that. Any plans for adding wave events, areas similar to Moloch Depths or Gorgon Pits for Arcadia? There are certain things that are being planned. Yes, it's being planned. We are handling them as we get them and what happens. Did you have any thoughts on the migration style events on Arcadia, similar to Emon? We have got a migration event that actually happens on Arcadia. We are just trying to refine that one as well, so that everything is automated. Do you have any teasers, pictures, or videos you can give about new content? So, for instance, the teasers before views. No, we don't. We did, like I said previously in the beginning of this discussion, we are busy doing a lot of housekeeping. We're cleaning up things, we're doing spot checks, we're doing a lot of stuff that we just need to make sure that is running and operational. Once we do, there will be teaser videos. Yes, there will be promotional things coming out. They will all be coming. I promise you will have them. But there's just housekeeping is more important because we don't like working with a broken ecosystem. Do you have any lunchbox? I wait for it. In that case, I want an electric chip named after me. You misunderstand, right? A lot of people when they make suggestions into games and that we honor our users, and there's a lot of users that have already put things into games through suggestions. We will immortalize you by putting you on that I'll give you credit towards it, because then people know that you helped with it and the creation thereof. So um, it's not just, we know it's a community run a game as well. So you guys are important to us, right? Without you, we don't have nothing. So it might be a bit too often to have you all come on here and have talks with every month. Nice if you could do it before the view though. That way we also stay hungry for info. Yeah, there's a lot. We don't want to create too much of the dev talks, because remember, I don't want to, I know this is going to sound harsh, but I want to be able to be working on things, because I'm both a developer, work in the community, I work with all this stuff. I work on every aspects of Arcadia. I don't want to spend too much time talking about something and not developing it. I'd rather talk about something that is being developed, that is in game, that is there, than talk about proposals or ideas or concepts and that. But that's why I like what I did with Lunchbox now is just send me what you have and we'll propose it. And if it does work, we'll put it into the pipeline. Yeah, David, you did quite a bit. Um, yeah, he's done some good work to promote Entropia as well. For those who don't know, can you find out why the smuggler armor doesn't drop in the warehouse? Only one part dropped in like 7 years. I will have a look. I will definitely. I'll take a note of that. Yes, sub. Yes, I completely agree. I'd rather people be upset with me for the next 3 to 6 months almost, and this is just metaphorically speaking, then me release something into the game that is not worth it. Because trust me, I'd rather make something perfect before you go and spend your pet on it, than go and make it out, then have issues of you saying that, oh, this was worth this, and insult. It creates more bonfires. There's a whole ecosystem that needs to be maintained. Perseus Unlimited as well. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, there was a Perseus item that dropped I think a month ago or something like that. There was Perseus that dropped. Yes, Banks, we are. No, I don't have you on ignore. Why would I have you on ignore? You must understand that a lot of the now that I'm working with the arcade, I'm actually looking into my archive chats, because a lot of the stuff that I mentioned, like today, now even I received another message from you and also a few other people regarding something. And what happens is that I address these messages as I come out into the public space. So I will be addressing your message soon. Oh yeah, no, sub. We're very well aware of it. We're very well aware of it, but we have a flow that we have to work with. You must understand, even some of the questions that were answered with regards to why we were quiet for such a long time was also playing a massive part to it. So you need to see the big picture to it all. Seems like the questions are obviously limiting now. Lizzie, you sent a message. You sent a statement to me. There was no question associated to it. Do you have any feeling for the staff at MA? Mindark is a brilliant team of developers and people. Now, the community has views and opinions, right? And I will tell you this from my side. I work very well with Mindark. We are in permanent communication. We are always working on every aspect of the game, and we are always constantly renovating ideas, concepts, and creations. So, in all my years with MA, right, just like every other office, you bump heads now and again, you have your few issues here and there, but in the end of the day, you grab a few beers at it and cheers to the day. It was a little bit of a headache, but we got through it, right? It's just like every other working environment. we are constantly, even though we all work remotely, remember COVID also created a lot of gap for a lot of people. So we try and we make the most of what we have. And I can tell you something, I'm very proud of how hard they are working that side. Because I can tell you without a fraction of a doubt, those guys work their they work their butts off. Really, they do. Uh, I could have said something, but I didn't. Is there a way to have new players who spawn on Anime will create become part of Arcadia chat? It would help get new players in front of us. Unfortunately, I don't. That's a system platform. I'm okay. Just quickly, let me give you this. I'm gonna leave it up for another five minutes for questions. Then I'm gonna call it because we are now. Some of these questions are just going around, so we'll do that. And our chat is player made. There we go, Liz. You said it. You just said it now. Just whenever you guys do, just talk them out of bullying another card. What? No, that's I don't even know that. Well, of course they do. Planet. In between the holidays, rookie chat can be kind of toxic to new players, and it would be nice to have them here when they help them easier. I don't know. I don't know. I would always try and suggest ways for people to chat and all that. The communication in game, I don't control, so I don't know how people are there. Are all these preparations being made for the new game engine? Well, yes. Well, everything that we do at this moment, we need to convert over to it. So yes, yes, and yes. So even if we do put something into the game now, it still has to be converted eventually. So write up a proposal for find a level apps like an armor series on all. Yeah, go for it. Come, send your stuff. Lizzie, that I can't talk about. That's drama, man. That's drama. I don't care about it. Honestly, I really don't care. Could you perhaps as a suggestion then to new ARC players into an intro page as how we can do various ARC chats? Yeah, we can. We can. To create those kind of channels. We can. Oh, write a proposal. I see a signpost and story in the next island about things. Could we make a signpost about it? Yeah, we can. We can. We can do that. Deets, write me some. Tell me the story in DM for me, please. Tell me everything. There's some. I'm sorry. Sev, there's some dead air on your recording, my dude. So you'll have to do some edits there if you wanna clean up. Or put some music in the background or something so people don't go deaf on the silence. So um, with regards to the elemental swords, I can't answer anything about that right now. I'll have a look at that. Can I borrow the arcade cleaners for the job? Possibility to add more real estate deeds to the arc in the future, apartments, housing. Planned content. Okay. So we're now getting to specifications, everyone. So that would be we need to conclude here. A field regen chip. No. 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 I will have a look and I will see. Okay, so here's the thing for everyone, right? And this is everyone in the recording as well, right? Those who are going to be watching this on YouTube or listening to it on a podcast and that, come over to the Arcadia Discord, all right? Come over to the Arcadia Discord. Do me a big favor. There is a suggestions channel. Write your suggestions there. We constantly know what people are talking about, and we also see what people are saying. So we are here all the time, even though when people are talking and some people are calling out for things, we're watching and we're listening. So we're always ever watchful and listening to everyone's ideas. So come and write it in the suggestion channel, pop it there. Let other people comment on it. Let them break your idea apart, re-innovate. Break the rules, make the rules again. Break those rules and make new ones. It's always the fun part about growing. So, yep. Uh, yeah, hipster. Yeah, I know about that. I know that. So yeah. So, but yeah, to everybody else, I really do appreciate your time. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. Um, there's a lot of what is the right word? A lot of things that are happening. Link to Arc channel, please. It's above, underneath the Arcadia network. It's called suggestions. And you want a link? Can you not create a what is it called? Can't you create an invite link to it? Oh, the actual Arc channel, please. Yeah, okay. And if you want to put your stuff in, just go to there. Go to that channel to put your suggestions in. Okay, so the reporting a bug is something that we see, but if it's Arcadia specific, if there is anything associated with the in-game, we kind of like sit with. I would recommend using the in-game support and speaking to the support team there if there's something that's in the live environment. But bugs that you guys see or issues that are happening in the way you experience things, or that a door doesn't open and all that kind of stuff, report it to MA first, because I know yeah, I remember, Granny, I remember a lot of the stuff that's like in game that people have experience or problems with. They do go and test it in their official capacity, and if they can recreate it and comes back to us, they drop us an email. So a lot of people, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like 60 to 70% of the bugs that people report are because, I didn't loot the thing that I was looking for. It's like, okay, you know, the most funniest one that I've ever read before is like, I've spent, and it's not speaking down on anyone or anything like this. It's like I've just spent, I think they spent like 9,000 to 12,000 ped on weapons and armor, and they were a brand new person that just joined the game, not a single skill on it. We had to sit with them and teach them, listen, this is your skill, this is what happens, this is how it goes through. I still remember sitting up for about 4 or 5 hours with the person explaining, like, hey, it's not just, it's not pay to win. So I had to explain it to them because they got the wrong information from other players in game, by the way. So it was a little bit of a heartfelt thing, and I felt so bad that I had to speak to this person. But I can't be held accountable for the mistakes that others make. But I do reach out to some people who I've literally that really get heartbroken from some of the actions that take place. Guys, just be careful when you trade in games, right? Trades are final. If you do a trade with someone, there's no way that you can undo that trade, and you can send as many support case tickets. The rules are the rules. Once a trade is final, it's done, and it's dusted. So please be careful. Be careful out there. Okay, so from my side, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, I want you guys to please take care of yourselves. I will definitely make another turn again. I don't know when. I've got a major update that I need to do with the reports and everything that's coming in, and I want you guys to also know that it is very important to keep things, keep things real. All right. Do note that development, as much as everybody has their own ideas of how development works, please be responsible, and also do me the big one. Do me a solid one. Respect your community managers out on the other planets. Respect your other developers out on the other planets. They are doing their best to achieve everything with the resources and the available tools that are available to them. So I know a lot of you think that you can just program something out in Java or you can put something in Python. Yes, it is quick and simple, but remember, we're all doing things in the long-term base to create an environment for everyone. It's not just shoot and go. There are certain things to consider in every action that we take. And keeping in mind us as a whole entire, as all the community managers and all of the planet partners, we're all talking, right? It's not like we're not in competition to each other. We're partners. So if you're ugly to someone else on another planet or another planet partner, we'll know about it, and we will reenact that justice that they execute that side, and we'll do it as well on Arkadia. Okay, so in essence, play the game, have some fun, be good to one another, be kind to one another, all right, and don't be a dick. Okay, you can put that one hashtag. Don't be a dick. All right. Right. So I really do appreciate you guys. See what Moonshine just did? Denied. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'll double check what Moonshine just did, because Moonshine can be a little bit overzealous. All right. So everyone, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you. I don't think he got banned. Not at all. We'll just check quickly. No, it was deleted. I think it was deleted. Don't write what I say, okay? But that was a good ending to everything. So everyone, thank you so much. I hope you're blessed. Be kind to one another as well. And we will be sorting out a lot. Just please, 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 please be patient with us. We're working through everything. I just wanted to reach out to the community tonight because I had some free time to talk to you. And stay blessed. Happy huffing. And may the ATH be ever in your favor, I guess. Guys, awesome. Thank you for your time. And I will catch up with you soon. Right? So, catch you guys again. All right. Cheers.